Hello. I'm studying game development with you guys. This time, we will learn how to call a function created in a C++ class in Blueprint. Now, to create a function in Unreal Engine, launch Unreal Engine and create a new project. Let's set the category to games, and choose a completely empty default template without any other code. And change the project type to C++ and then create the project. When a project is created, a C++ class is created by inheriting the actor class. For the name of the class, we will use myActor, which is recommended by Unreal Engine as the default. After the class is created, let's first move to the header file of myActor and create a simple function as a review of the last video. First, declare a variable bPressedKey of type bool to indicate that a key is pressed. And declare the input space key function and the moveUp function. After that, go to the source file and implement the function. The input space key function takes a parameter and sets bPressedKey. And in the moveUp function, when a key is pressed and the bPressedKey variable becomes true, write the code to get the actor's position value, calculate it to rise, and then set it back to the actor's position. After completing the functions, we plan to use these functions by calling them in Bluepirnts. However, the functions just created like this are not visible in the context menu even if you try to call them in Bluepirnts by default. Now, let's make the functions we created in the C++ class callable from the Blueprint class. You may remember using the property macro in Unreal C++ variables video to make properties visible in Unreal Editor. In functions, the function macro allows you to put functionality as specifiers, such as making the function available in Bluepirnts. Add a function macro to the functions and enter the specifier as blueprint callable and category equals move. If you put the blueprint callable specifier in the function macro, the function can be used in Bluepirnts. And all functions to be used in Bluepirnts must be assigned a category to be able to call them normally. That's why you must put a category specifier in the function macro to use the function in Bluepirnts. Once you've written all your function macros, save and return to Unreal Editor to compile your modifications by typing libcoding.comply into the command console window. Next, you need to make sure that the function you created is called well in your blueprint. So let's create a blueprint class based on the myActor class. In the content browser, right-click the myActor C++ class asset and select Create Blueprint Class based on myActor to open the Add Blueprint Class window. Name the blueprint class BP_myActor and then click the Create Blueprint Class button. After the blueprint class has been created, the blueprint editor will open for the created blueprint class. Next, we need to make this actor visible as it takes keyboard input and moves. Click the Add button in the component panel, find the sphere component and add it. And drag and drop the added sphere component to default scene root to make it a root component. Then select the sphere component and check Simulate Physics in the Physics category of the Details panel. The final step in setting up the blueprint is to set up this actor to receive input. In the Blueprint Editor, go to the Event Graph panel. Next, right-click on an empty area of the graph near the Begin Play event and find the Get Player controller and enable input functions in the context menu and place the nodes. And connect it to the Begin Play event node. This sets up this actor to accept input. Now that we have the basic settings, it is time to call the functions we created earlier in our blueprint. Right-click on an empty area of the graph and find the spacebar event in the context menu and add it. Then right-click on the empty area again and look at the context menu. We will find our function in the move category. First, add two input space key function nodes and connect them to the pressed and released pins respectively. And for the node connected to the pressed pin, check that pressed is true. Next, add a moveUp function node and associate it with the tick event. After writing the blueprint, click the Compile button and the Save button of the Blueprint Editor in that order, and then close the Blueprint Editor. After that, for testing, place VP_my_actor in the level and play the game. Now when you press the spacebar you can see the actor rise, and when you release it again fall under the influence of gravity. In this way, programmers can create functions with core functionality that can be called from blueprints, and designers can simply assemble functions in blueprints to create game functionality. In this video, we learned how to call a function created in C++ in Blueprint. This video was produced with the donate and watching of the viewers. It was Vers Game Development YouTube. Thank you.